broadcast of Pope Leo's Angelus address this Sunday, the 24th of August. On behalf of all of my colleagues here at the Vatican's Dicastery for Communication, I would like to welcome you, whether you are joining us through our Vatican Media app, or via our YouTube channel or Facebook, or via any local or diocesan radio station, including EWTN Television, Catholic Faith Network in America, Salt and Light Television, Shalom World Television, Atmadarshan Television, Catholic Television, and radio stations Luminous Radio India, Radio Maria England, and Radio Maria Papua New Guinea. And another very warm welcome goes to all of you who might be joining through our dedicated American Sign Language broadcast, which has been made possible and is always made possible thanks to our friends at DCYIA, which stands for Deaf Catholic Youth Initiative for the Americas. My name is Francesca Merlo, and it will be my pleasure to provide you with the English language translation and commentaries of today's event. Now, in just a couple of minutes, at 12 o'clock noon, exactly in Rome time, of course, Pope Leo will be appearing at the window of the Apostolic Palace. That's the window which those of you following on screen can see. The cameras are zooming into it, and he will greet all of the pilgrims in the square. As usual, he will give his reflections for the day, and I will be providing an English translation for that. And after his reflections, he will recite the Marian prayer, and he will do so along with all of the faithful in the square, and of course along with you, with any of you following from home who wish to join. And after that, the Pope usually greets some of the groups who are present, and there are quite a few people present, and at that point it would also be the moment for any appeals, if there are any, but we will see about that later on. And here he is. Pope Leo has just appeared at the window, as you can hear from the crowd.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buona domenica!
Dear brothers and sisters, happy Sunday!
Al centro del Vangelo di oggi troviamo l'immagine.
At the heart of today's Gospel, we find the image of the narrow gate, which Jesus uses in his answer to someone who asks him if only a few will be saved.
Sforzatevi di entrare per la porta stretta, perché molti.
Jesus says, "Strive to enter through the narrow gate. For many, I tell you, will try to enter and will not be able."
Questa immagine fa sorgere in noi qualche domanda. Se Dio è il Padre dell'amore,
at first glance, this image can make us think, if God is the Father of love and mercy, who always stands with open arms to welcome us, why does Jesus say that the gate of salvation is narrow?
Il Signore non vuole scoraggiarci. Le sue parole, invece, servono.
Certainly, the Lord does not want to discourage us. Rather, his words are meant primarily to challenge the presumption of those who think they are already saved, who perform religious acts, and feel that is all that is needed.
Essi non hanno compreso che non basta compiere atti religiosi se questi non trasformano il cuore.
They have not realized that it is not enough to perform religious acts unless they change hearts. The Lord does not want worship detached from life. He is not pleased with sacrifices and prayers unless they lead to greater love for others and justice for our brothers and
quando
sisters.
si presenteranno davanti al Signore, vantandosi di aver mangiato e bevuto con Lui, e di
For
aver
this reason,
ascoltato
when
i
such people
suoi
come before the Lord, boasting that they ate and drank with him and heard him teaching in their streets, they will hear him reply,
allontanatevi da me,
I do not know where you come from. Go away from me, all you evildoers.
È bella la provocazione che ci giunge dal Vangelo di oggi, mentre a volte ci capita di giudicare
Brothers and
chi è
sisters,
lontano dalla fede,
The challenge presented to us in today's Gospel is worth considering.
sicurezza dei credenti. Egli infatti ci dice che non
While we may
basta
sometimes be
professare la
judgmental
fede
towards
con
those
le
distant
parole,
from the faith,
mangiare,
Jesus
bere
calls
con
into
lui,
question the
celebrando
security of believers.
l'Eucaristia, o
He
conoscere
tells us that
bene
it is not
gli
enough to
insegnamenti
profess the
cristiani.
faith with words, to
La
eat and
nostra
drink with him
fede
by
è
celebrating the
autentica
Eucharist, or to have a good
quando
knowledge
abbraccia
of Christian
tutta la
doctrine.
nostra vita,
Our
quando
faith is
diventa un
authentic when it
criterio
embraces
delle
our
nostre
whole
scelte,
life,
quando ci
when it
rende
becomes a
donne
criterion
e
for our
uomini che
decisions,
si impegnano nel bene
when it makes
e
us women and
rischiano
men
nell'amore
committed to doing
proprio
what is right,
come ha fatto
and who
Gesù.
take risks out of love,
Egli
even as
non ha
Jesus did.
scelto la via facile del successo o del potere, ma
He did not
pur di
choose the easy
ci
path
ha
of
amati
success or
fino
power.
ad attraversare
Instead,
la porta
in order to
stretta
save us,
della croce.
He loved us to the point of walking
Lui
through
è la
the narrow
misura
gate
della
of the
nostra
cross.
fede. Lui è la porta che dobbiamo attraversare per essere salvati.
Jesus is the true measure of our faith. He is the gate through which we must pass in order to be saved by experiencing His love and by working in our daily lives to promote justice and peace.
Compiere scelte faticose e impopolari, lottare contro il proprio
There are
egoismo,
times when this involves making difficult and unpopular decisions,
perseverare nel
resisting
bene,
our selfish
là dove
inclinations,
sembrano prevalere
placing
le logiche
ourselves
del
at the
male,
service of
e
others,
così via.
and persevering in doing what is right when the logic of evil seems to prevail,
Scopriremo che la
and
vita
so
si
on.
spalanca davanti a noi in modo nuovo.
Once we cross that threshold, however, we will discover that life flourishes anew. From that moment on, we will enter into the immense heart of God and the joy of the eternal banquet that He has prepared for us. Let us ask the Virgin Mary to help us find the courage to pass through the narrow gate of the Gospel, so that we may open ourselves with joy to the wide embrace of God, our loving Father.
Angelus Domini nunciavit Mariae,
et concepit de Spiritu Sancto.
Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ecce ancilla Domini.
Fiat mi secundum verbum tuum.
Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Et verbum caro factum est.
Et habitavit in nobis.
Ave Maria, gratia plena Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui, Iesus.
Sancta Maria, Mater Dei, ora pro nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostre. Amen.
Ora pro nobis sancta Dei Genitrix.
Ut digni efficiamur promissionibus Christi.
Oremus. Gratiam tuam, quesumus Domine, mentibus nostris infunde, ut qui angelo nunciante, Christi filii tui incarnationem coniovimus, per passionem eius et crucem, ad resurrectionis gloriam perducamur, per Christum Dominum nostrum.
Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto.
Sic ut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
Pro fidelibus defunctis, requiem aeternam dona eis Domine,
Et lux perpetua luceat eis.
requiescant in pace.
Amen.
Dominus vobiscum,
Et cum spiritu tuo,
sit nomen Domini benedictum,
ex hoc nunc et usque in saeculum,
adiutorium nostrum in nomine Domini.
qui fecit caelum et terram.
Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Amen.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, esprimo la mia vicinanza alla popolazione.
Dear brothers and sisters, I express my closeness to the people of Cabo Delgado, Mozambique, who have become victims of an unsecure and violent situation that continues to cause death and displacement. In asking you not to forget these brothers and sisters of ours, I invite you to pray for them, and I express my hope that the efforts of the country's leaders will succeed in restoring security and peace in that territory.
Venerdì scorso, 22 agosto, abbiamo accompagnato con la nostra preghiera
This last Friday, the 22nd of August, we accompanied with our prayers and fasting our brothers and sisters who are suffering because of wars.
Oggi ci uniamo ai nostri fratelli ucraini, i quali
Today we join our Ukrainian brothers and sisters who, with the spiritual initiative World Prayer for Ukraine, are asking the Lord to grant peace to their tormented country.
Saluto tutti voi, fedeli di Roma e pellegrini dei vari paesi.
I greet all of you, the faithful of Rome and pilgrims from various countries.
In particolare quelli di Karaganda,
in particular those from Karaganda in Kazakhstan, Budapest,
la comunità del Pontificio Collegio Nordamericano,
and the community, the seminarians and staff of the Pontifical North American College. I am pleased to welcome the Gozzano Music Band and the parish groups from Pelagio, Vidigulfo, Carbonia, Corlo and Valcavallina, all places in Italy. I also greet the faithful who have come by bicycle from Rovato and Manerbio, and the Via Lucis group, the itinerant Via Lucis group. To all of you, I wish you a very happy Sunday. And with that, we come to an end of this live broadcast of Pope Leo's Angelus, this Sunday, the 24th of August. So whether you've joined us through our Vatican Media app or YouTube channel or Facebook or via any local or diocesan radio station or television station, including EWTN Television, Catholic Faith Network in America, Salt and Light Television, Shalom World Television, Atmadarshan Television, Catholic Television, Luminous Radio India, Radio Maria England, or Radio Maria Papua New Guinea, thank you. And of course, a final thank you to all of you who have joined through our dedicated American Sign Language broadcast, made possible thanks to our friends at Deaf Catholic Youth Initiative for the Americas. My name is Francesca Merlo, and it has been my pleasure being with you today. So until next time, Laudetur Jesus Christus. Praised be Jesus Christ.